Hello, everybody. We had some sound card issues. We apologize for that. Please enjoy your experience otherwise.
Hey, everybody. We had some sound issues that you're going to notice. I want to give a quick disclaimer to listen at your own risk. Sound card was corrupt, and we pieced it together the best we could, but we still want you to enjoy the podcast.
We have a great show for you today. We have two of the three founders of HUSTL Sports Performance, which is a really cool new athletic facility. They have two different ones. One's focused on adults, one's focused on kids development for different sports. And we have Travis Tourville and Grayson Greiner on here. And we talk all things sports. We talk fitness. We talk about Grayson's Major League Baseball career. So we hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, welcome to Here for the Health of It. I'm Dr. Randy here with Dr. Tom as always, and we have a great show today with the founders of HUSTL Sports Performance. So if you're looking to get better at sports or your kids are, this is the podcast for you. We have Travis Tourville, who's a repeat guest on here with Lazy Daisy in a previous episode. And then we also have Grayson Greiner, who is the tallest catcher in MLB history.
Yep.
So do you remember the day that you got inducted into that title?
I don't know if that's necessarily how it works.
He didn't get an award.
No. Somebody asked me to go on a podcast before to talk about that. I guess there were two other catchers back in like the 40s that were 6'6" also, but they caught like 20 innings each.
Yeah.
So I'm the tallest that actually played for an extended amount of time. So we'll see how long it holds. Maybe a 6'7" guy will come along and take it. But for now, that's my small claim.
I love it. And you don't lead, you don't necessarily lead with it, but Travis will.
No,
pretty much immediately.
I try to not talk about myself ever. So.
Yeah, literally. We have to pull it out of him.
Yeah. That's good. So when you were a catcher, how many times would you say you got hit like right in the cup?
The beanbag.
Probably once a month. I mean, it's not.
boy.
Most of it's like
12 times a year for 10 years.
We only play 6 months a year, but most of it's like on your inner thigh. Those hurt a lot more. But like a direct shot, it does feel good. But you got to cut through.
But you took one to the face.
Took one to the face.
Oh.
95 to the face. So that was a lot of fun.
Did you have the mask on?
No.
No mask.
This was batting.
Right to the face. Yeah, no, not catching. When I was hitting.
Yeah.
When I was hitting.
Have you seen the video that came out recently where the catcher didn't like the ump's call?
Yeah.
And he purposely missed it and the ump got smoked.
Well, there's a little question there whether it was the catcher or the pitcher. So the pitcher could have crossed up the catcher on purpose because he didn't like the
I
umpire.
just told him it was going to be a different
Either
call, so
way,
he put it where it's
the
going to
umpire
be.
wore that one.
Yeah, that's not fun.
How much do we talk baseball?
I just want
Because I got more baseball questions.
Let's do a couple more baseball and then let's get in.
Yeah, it's just when you're. How important is it for the? I've never played.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I look like a baseball player?
Yeah.
Like you would have thought.
You got the right
I
shirt
would.
on, so
And
that's good.
shoulders, chest.
Your arms are too hairy though. Like baseball, we went to college with a baseball game and always shaved.
No, never.
Oh really?
Did you wear what are those little bands?
Wristband?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
For sweat or just for the look?
Just for the swag.
Did you go mouthpiece after?
No. Actually, I think I did one time, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you ever wear a helmet in the field? Like, were you ever like out in the field and like wear a helmet? Because like catchers have the hard.
Well,
ones.
yeah, a mask.
Yeah, I had a friend who like instead of wearing a regular cap, he wore a helmet in the field. Did
Did it
Bold strategy.
look like a hat though?
No, I mean you could tell it was a hard piece. It's like
Yeah.
that's a bad
No,
one for
really,
a baseball
no,
player.
but it is
Something traumatic must have happened to him.
It did. Yeah, he had like a brain injury.
His doctor's like, one more hit to the head and you die. And he's like, all right, I'm going to be a right fielder with the helmet.
But so the pitcher and catcher have to know, like if the pitcher decides to throw a different pitch, it's you don't know what's going to happen.
No, you know.
You can still catch it.
So baseball's changed a lot. It used to be, the catcher would put down a sign. So 1 would be fastball in, fastball away. 2 curveball, 3 slider, wiggles, a changeup. And if if I called a fastball in and the pitcher wanted something different, he would just shake his head, and then I'd give him another pitch to make sure we're on the same page. It's changed a lot. Now they have what's called PitchCom, which is essentially a little PlayStation remote on the catcher's knee.
No shit.
The catcher has an earpiece and the pitcher has an earpiece. So I would just press, fastball down and away, and me and him would hear fastball down and away.
Is that to avoid like people picking up signals?
So with a runner on second base,
Right.
in the old school, if you put down the signs, we'd have some crazy sequences. We'd have add the first 2 numbers. So anything 6 and up would be fastball away. So if I went 4, 2, 1 there, that'd be 6. That's fastball away. And you have all kinds of crazy sequences to make sure that the runner on second didn't know what pitch was coming. Because if he knows what pitch is coming, he can signal something to the hitter saying, "All right, you got a curveball coming." So the pitch com has eliminated all that, which is amazing.
It's kind of nice because were you ever worried that amount of men were staring at your crotch? Like if you think about career eyeballs on your crotch?
Can't say I've ever thought of that.
Just the stats on that?
Yeah. Can't say I've thought of that.
Like you're saying, like you would choose a cup size, knowing, like, hey, I'm gonna choose to go like a couple bigger, just pad the
Because
size.
there's so many crotch. I don't even watch baseball, but is it weird that that's what that's what I'm looking at?
A little strange, yeah.
And I'm straight.
Yeah.
You have a camera
But then-
straight at it.
Yeah.
Every single pitch.
And the pitcher, that's it. Like to me, it was always weird. Like, that the pitcher's looking there,
Yeah.
and every pitcher you've ever had is just staring at your crotch.
Now that you mention it,
It's a lot of eyeballs.
The camera would zoom in on the area for that too.
All right, we gotta talk hustle.
I'm satisfied now. Yeah, let's get into hustle.
There'll probably be some other baseball stuff I have, but just because I don't know baseball.
Well, baseball within hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome to Columbia Family Chiropractic, voted Columbia's best chiropractic clinic. With 3 easy-to-get-to locations, you'll be sure to have something near you. We provide drug-free and surgery-free healthcare and take care of a wide variety of injuries. We offer several services from corrective chiropractic care, on-site digital x-rays, spinal decompression for bulging or herniated discs, dry needling and cupping for injuries, pediatric care, non-surgical knee therapy, and a Class 4 laser. And for those focused on wellness, we have a red light therapy bed. We accept all your major insurances. If you click on this ad, you'll get a discount on your first appointment. You can check out our website at cfc4health.com, or you can Google Columbia Family Chiropractic. That's CFC4FOR health.com.
And we went and toured your space. It's amazing. It's kind of downtown, and you've thought of everything. It's really set up for kids to be able to have community, but then also to get better at what they're doing. So can you kind of speak to how it started, how you guys met, and where this all came from?
Yeah. So Pat DeMarco, our other founder, he's not able to be here today, but him and I connected over a beer about 18 months ago, talking about what we're doing next. And I told him I was actively looking for a space to do a fitness facility, and he kind of told me he was doing the same thing. He really wanted to lean in on the youth athletic side of things, and I was looking for more of like the adult side of things. So we were trying to figure out how we could do both under one facility, but it became a logistics nightmare. So then, I don't know if Grayson reached out to Pat reached out to Grayson, but
You guys talk daily.
like
Now we do. Yeah, now we do. Back then, no.
And
Did
Grayson,
DM you? Was it a DM? Was it a DM?
No, I had known
You
Pat
know,
previously. Yeah.
so he was at the space that we took over was called Carolina Playmakers. It was just strictly a baseball facility, and Grayson ran lessons out of there and stuff like that. And the previous owner asked Grayson if he wanted to take it over, and Grayson and Pat linked up, and Grayson was like, "Well, if you guys are interested, I know you're doing hustle. We have the space if we're interested." And so we went over there and saw the space, and we saw the opportunity. From the youth standpoint, and we kind of thought of like, man, doing 2 different locations will be tough, but I think to be able to have a good sense on both markets, youth and adult, would be really cool, and we could keep it separated, and that's kind of how it came about. So we actively worked on taking it over and revamping the space. We added 45 yards of turf. We added more batting cages, more technology, more equipment, rearranged the whole space, created the players lounge. That's building like that community atmosphere for the athletes. That's building a strong culture. And the space looks incredible. We repainted every room, put new flooring in. We put a lot of time and work into it. So You know, when you walk in, I mean, it's really a sight to see. And you know, we take it for granted sometimes because we're there all the time. But when it's really cool, like seeing people come in and just seeing it, their eyes just light up. Parents, kids, they're like, wow, this is just a really cool place.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're in Columbia anymore.
No, it really doesn't.
It's like a big city feel.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unassuming from the outside too.
Very unassuming.
And then you walk in and it's just brand new and modern.
Hits you. Yeah.
I'd throw a mural of you guys up there.
Yeah.
Maybe shirtless biceps, something that gets like some eyeballs. Yeah.
Maybe you should design one for us.
I can paint it for you.
Cool. I like
On me.
Yeah. Perfect.
That would be cool. 3 founders all like,
Yeah.
is there three of these?
There you go.
Yeah.
What would they be wearing?
Well, I don't. You might want to be like in your prime. You might want to be like photos of your prime.
Yeah, don't do that.
So right now.
Yeah. For Travis right now.
All right, and then hustle. Let's hit the. I know it's an acronym too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hit me with that. Is that
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it stands for heart, unity, strength, toughness, and leadership. And those are our core values. You know, we were going through names, and you know, figuring out a name for business is really hard, and you want it to really stand out. You want people to look at it and kind of just question, like, hey, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And what does that mean to them? And we left the E out on purpose. We know how to spell. But yeah, you know, those are our core values. Is who we are. It's what we represent. It's what our staff represents. It's what we want our customers and clients to represent when they're in there. So yeah, HUSTL Sports Performance, and then HUSTL Athletic Club, you know, has the same core values.
Love that. I'm curious in the sports performance world, especially for kids, what are good metrics that we should be looking, or that you guys might even look at for kids? Like, I'm guessing there's like a pre-pube kind of like you're only supposed to be this level, and then post-puberty you're like little different expectations.
Well, I think that's why we broke it down in our age ranges. We'll have an age range of 7 to 11, our rising stars, and then 12 to 21, 22 is our next level athlete. Because, I mean, you're not going to have 7-year-olds in there deadlifting or running 40 times.
Right.
So that's more just about foundational, how to move your body, how to be more athletic, and having fun in sports. Because, you know, the youth sports is in kind of a strange place right now. There's a lot of pressure on these young kids to specialize in one sport. We really want them to focus on having fun, learning how to be an athlete, learning how to move their bodies. And then once you kind of graduate, you know, if you're a 11-year-old but you're pretty advanced, we may graduate you into the next level. And at that point now we're starting to test, you know, explosiveness, how you can move weight, how you can move your body, you know, laterally, explosive movements. That's where the 45 yards of turf will be huge, because it gives us so much, and it's wide too. It's a really wide turf. It gives us so much room to be able to run shuttles, run 3-cone drills, run hurdles. I mean, all kinds of endless possibilities. But so as far as metrics, it's a lot of it's about the explosion factor. How fast you can move. Any sport you can think of, even, you know, a slow sport like golf, you're still rotating your trunk very explosively. There's not a single sport where there's a slow movement. So just at that age, we'll start really tracking with our technology how they're progressing from age 12 to age 18.
Wow.
And so your target market or your goal then would be somebody who is really into a certain sport and then wants to excel at that? Or is it just like parents being like, hey, you got to do something, let's go here and figure out where you excel?
I think it's both, honestly. I think it's for the experienced high-level athlete that has college professional aspirations, or it's for the 10-year-old that's never played a sport in his life and is interested in learning how to be in shape and move and exercise. So I think it's a wide range of our target market.
Yeah. So should we like jumping? Is that like that's a big thing?
Yeah.
For stroking. For sure. Sprinting. What am I missing?
Mobility, flexibility.
Flexing.
And you're missing those for sure. As Tom Brady would say, pliability.
Yeah.
Balance, core strength, just the foundation.
Recovery. I mean,
Yeah.
you can train as hard as you want, but if your body doesn't sleep properly, eat properly, and recover properly, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and we have the Normatec boots, the Theraguns, the foam rollers, the balls, and we have all the recovery equipment available to the athletes as well. We'll have a PT station there, to help the athletes out if they're injured or going through some stuff like that. So just trying to give them access to everything.
Yeah, what do you think makes a good warm up? Always, like, I know, especially in the pros, there's just guys do so much different shit. Some people like minimal, and then some are hours of like. What do you think it is that gets people there?
I think it's a little bit different for everybody. Like a pitcher is going to have a completely different pre-game or pre-practice routine than a catcher. Like mine was a lot of foam rolling, a lot of cars is what we call it, like slow movement exercises to protect your shoulder, protect your knees and your hips. Pitchers are doing a lot of heavy weighted ball movements and throwing up against a concrete wall to get their shoulder and their elbows loose. Outfielders may do some, quick twitch reaction drills, reading balls off the bat. I'm talking strictly baseball, football, basketball. Right. Everyone's got their different things, but I think it's just about prepping your body for the day. You don't want to go into a 2.5 hour practice with just riding the bike for 5 minutes.
Right.
So, and that's part of what we want to do is teach these kids a routine, because when they go back to their high schools, we want them to have a routine that they can take into, their game prep, their practice prep, that they're prepared and their body's prepared for the competition.
Yeah, I remember walking in there thinking, if I did any of this when I was playing hockey, I would have been so much better.
Yeah.
But we just didn't have it where I was growing up. And even if you did, it was kind of hard to access it. Like you had to have one-on-one stuff. And I think even if I grew up in Alberta, Canada, we didn't have the different types of sports. We had hockey pretty much, and that was it. So what does it look like then when you identify someone that's, say, 10 years old and they're just tracking toward the MLB versus the 10-year-old who walks in and they've never done anything before and you're trying to figure out what do they do?
So we'll, if the 10-year-old's pretty advanced, we'll do like an assessment on the, based off flexibility, balance, strength, speed, all that stuff, and we'll kind of get like a benchmark of where they are. And if we feel like they're ready for that next step, then we'll elevate them to the next level athlete where they're training in the gym. They're doing about 40 minutes on the turf, 40 minutes in the gym for one session. And, those are the type of guys that, and then they're based off tiers. So, there's a base tier, a build tier, and a set tier. And then as they grow, progression overload, they get to go to the next tier. So they'd probably be in base tier. And the base tier is pretty cool because it's structured. If you are kind of newer to the gym, you're really not put under a barbell or over a barbell too much. You're using more kettlebell and dumbbell type stuff. So you just got to be careful with that age range. But if they're excelling at that age already, you want to get them to that next level, training like the older kids. Yeah.
And there's countless stories. Everyone develops differently at different ages. There's countless stories of guys. Michael Jordan, famous story, got cut from his team at 16 years old and went on to be, I guess this is up for debate, to go to basketball. But I've played with countless guys that were the best player on the field when they were 10, and then they kind of maxed out and never got any better. So we're never going to turn a kid away if he's not advanced at 10 years old. Yeah. You never know what he's going to grow into. He may have work ethic that outperforms the 10-year-old that's extremely advanced at that age. So it's just a different time for everybody.
Yeah, I hit puberty at 10.
Dude, this guy.
Really so good.
He had the mustache.
Everybody, I literally had facial hair, and I was the tallest person, and I was big, and I was dominant, and then
he thought he was going pro.
Everybody just passed me.
Yeah.
Just aging.
The 10-year-old phenom.
And volleyball was a sport.
There's like
that was his thing.
Well, hockey and volleyball.
There's like a local Canadian documentary on
Instead of Michael Jordan, who came from behind and became the best, it was the guy who started out as the best and then just petered off.
All right, coordination's a big thing.
Right.
What do we do for that? Like, I'm thinking of my son too. Like, what could he do to get more coordinated?
Yeah, it's just, how old is your son? 12. Yeah, they're all, and that's the thing. And just parents just have to be patient with that because they're just still
expectations.
They're still developing, and they're still trying to figure out what they're capable of. But your son's 12. He would be in the next level athlete phase. So a lot of that turf, a lot of the balance stuff, stability, working directly on one leg, balancing on stuff. he'd be focused in the gym using, light dumbbells, light kettlebells, focus on velocity training. The speed and agility helps out, but it's just like getting them the reps at that age to get their body comfortable and honestly the confidence. Like getting them the confidence at age 12. Like they don't know what they're doing in the gym. Like they see stuff or they might be doing stuff in school, but they truly don't know yet. So our coaches will help them align, help them get comfortable and confident in that space to really, and that stuff just comes with experience and time. So I think parents just need to kind of be a little bit patient, with their kids and their athletes. Tom, I know you got down to like 3 a.m. training them, but maybe ease up on
Your sets it. Yeah, I guess it's a good point, like on just setting good expectations on when results happen.
right.
So like for kids too, they're mostly in the immediate like video game, win this sort of thing quick.
Right.
Versus like seeing I need to touch a ball this many times to then feel comfortable with whatever's next.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I think that's what I struggle with is the amount of time to go like do this over and over for whatever 30 days and now let's remeasure.
Yeah, well, so, that's why we really express like long-term athletic development because 30 days is still a quick fix.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying you won't see improvement on it, but, we consider long-term athletic development at least 6 months.
Yeah,
I mean,
buddy.
it takes time. I mean, you didn't just build those biceps in 30 days.
This is 42 years.
Man, like, it takes time. And so that's one thing we really express to parents is like, just give us the time to work with your athletes. We'll be able to assess them early on, and we'll be able to show with metrics through our technology of how their athletes are developing through the time with our training for speed and agility and through strength and conditioning. And plus like they're naturally hitting puberty at certain ages, so they're going to get stronger, bigger, faster, and more coordinated and used to their bodies. So, that's all I would say to that.
What do you think parents are like? I guess let's use baseball as the sport. What are the positions that parents maybe are pushing people? Pitcher feels like the obvious. Is anybody out there like I want to develop a right fielder? Like, is that a thing, or is that kind of like you just fall to?
I think in youth baseball, you want to play as many different positions as possible. Everyone wants to be the shortstop. Shortstop's considered the best player in youth baseball. But honestly, when you get to the high school level, your abilities and your tools are going to tell you where. I mean, if you're running a 7.6 60, we're not going to put you in center field. If you throw 60 miles an hour across the diamond, we're not going to put you at shortstop. So your tools are going to essentially dictate what position you play. But kind of back to the parent expectation thing. I mean, it's a very long-term process. I mean, you're not going to come get 5 lessons and increase your exit velocity or your pitching velocity by 5 miles an hour. I mean, we used to have a sign in the Detroit Tigers weight room that said it takes 20,000 hours of work to achieve 1 moment of success. I mean, it is a long, if you want to get to that level, I mean, it is a years over years stacking day after day after day to get better. You're not going to come to hustle for 2 months and then go be your best player on your team. It's tough to explain that to parents because we live in a society that wants instant gratification and instant results. Those just aren't going to happen. No matter who you are, it doesn't matter who you are. You're just not going to get them. But yeah, I mean, as far as positions, I wouldn't say there's like a go-to position. Yeah, no, it's especially at the younger ages.
And then within that, I guess there's got to be there's movements that are just across the board. But then, as you're saying, what's interesting about baseball now, the more I think about it, is like, yeah, you could be just a beefcake, and still play baseball, and then you could be a lean, freaking fast, speedy guy.
There's all different shapes and sizes in baseball. I mean, Jose Altuve for the Astros is 5'6", one of the best second basemen ever. Aaron Judge is 6'7", 285 pounds. They're both very successful. So, and I mean, honestly, the position wise, a lot of it depends what hand you throw with.
Right.
If you're a lefty, you're not going to play catcher. You're not going to play second, short, or third. So you're designated to pitcher, first base, or outfield. You got three spots you can play if you throw left hand.
No kidding.
So,
wow. Did you know that?
Know the extent of it.
Wait, is it better to bat left-handed or right-handed?
I think left-handed.
Yeah.
Because most of the pitchers you're going to face are right-handed, so you're getting the opposite breaking balls are coming in.
You're screwed if you throw lefty, but if you bat lefty, you're
So kind of the dream scenario is left-handed hitter, right-handed
Right.
switch hitter.
or switch
Yeah.
hitter. Yeah,
My-
switch hitting's hard.
So my brother has 2 daughters, and he made both of them swing, like shoot their hockey stick left-handed and do baseball left-handed, even though they're natural.
Is there any pro of being lefty in hockey?
So he thinks that the way that your dominant hand sits is if you do it the opposite way, you're stronger.
I didn't know. I wouldn't think about hockey. I didn't know if it messed with the goalie, like pucks rotate in a different way.
I don't think it matters
No,
at
okay.
all, but I mean, I'm privy to right-handers.
Yeah.
So that's what I have.
What about imbalances? So again, we're hanging on baseball here, but you use your shoulder so much. How in the hell do you keep the left shoulder the same size or strength as the right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's intentionality just in the weight room, making because, like you said, if you throw 100 pitches in a game, you want to train when you're in the weight room the next day, make sure you're doing everything, both sides. Same thing hitting. Like the most common injury in baseball is an oblique injury because there's so much core rotation.
Yeah.
So if you're rotating as a righty only, just this way over and over, that's putting a lot of strain on
Right.
this. So making sure in the weight room you're doing med ball throws the other way, just to make sure you're keeping both sides.
That's a good point. Do they X-ray you guys? Like what?
Not
what-
just for fun, though.
Like, I'm thinking like like for us, we see a lot of scoliosis and stuff that's just
Yeah.
hidden and you don't see it. Like their posture could look good and it can be fit, but because of the one-sidedness, like golfers really rough, baseball, I'm guessing, like I don't even know what baseball players we have, but where there just be these patterns where your structure just starts to change. And that'd be interesting. I was wondering if the pros, like you would think they would just look at all of that.
They
Like,
do. We do a full body assessment. I mean, I have 0 external rotation because I threw from right here for 25 years of my life, so I can't rotate externally that way. But we had a full-time chiropractor on staff that would check your, I don't know what it's called when one foot's longer than the other, but I had that all the time.
Yeah.
And then we had a full-time masseuse on staff. So I mean, there's a lot of time, energy, and money spent into making sure your body is prepped to perform. Yep.
Yeah, that's a big advantage having all that stuff too.
Yeah. You don't have that in minor leagues or college, but when you get up to the top, they got all the bells and whistles.
What I've been curious about the different steps and phases of going from high school to the next level, to the next level, to the next level.
It's a lot. I played here at Blythewood High School, and I played at South Carolina 2012 to 2014. Got drafted in 2014, and so the levels of minor league baseball are rookie ball, low A, high A, double A, triple A. So you got five stops before you get to the big leagues. Kind of a normal trajectory is for high school guys that get drafted out of, or for college guys, that get drafted out of college, usually start in low A. So in 2014, I went straight to low A after I got drafted, which was in West Michigan. That finished that year. That was only a half season because the college season ends in June. So you play June to September.
Yeah.
2015, I was in high A. Didn't have a good year there. So started 2016 again in high A for about a month. Played well. Went to double A. Spent all of 2016 in double A. 2017 spent all in double A, a little bit in triple A. And then 2018 started in triple A and then made my major league debut in 2018. So kind of the normal path is, if you play well, 1 year you stop before you get up to top. High school guys are completely different. Right. They're coming in at 18 years old, playing with some guys that are 24, 25. So they usually start rookie ball, spend a couple of years there, and then start making their progression through the system. Yeah.
And what did you have to develop to go from one to the next? Like in hockey, there's a strength component, but then you just get smarter and you understand things better.
Yeah, it's all about consistency. I mean, it really is. If you put up numbers, it's a really weird dynamic because in high school and college, it's all about winning. You do everything to win. When you get to minor league baseball, you kind of start looking out for yourself a little bit because everyone's goal ultimately is to make the major leagues. Right. So you're looking at your individual stats. You're still trying to help the team win, obviously, but the wins and losses don't matter as much. It's more about development as a player. So I think just consistently putting up strong numbers year after year. Catchers generally take the longest to get through the system because you're calling your own pitches at every level in pro ball, whereas in college the pitching coach called all the pitches. So you're learning how to read swings, how to control the pitching staff, how to call your own games, how to prepare and read scouting reports. And there's a lot that goes into it for a catcher, which is generally why they take long. Like if you're a left fielder, you're not worried about any of that. You're just going up there to try and hit all grounds and finish field. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a different progression.
Like that. All right. Tell me about training the D cell, or getting into the pocket, if you will. I watched this thing about, like, for throwing or for any athletic movement, people generally think of the end movement. So like the forward pass. So like there's that muscle, but to get to here, like, doesn't get looked at as often. Is that something that you guys think about, or is that something I was always like, just, I guess, curious about? It never really registered to me in like soccer or basketball, the getting to the place to actually explode.
Yeah.
And then what that would look like in a training piece.
From a throwing perspective, there's a drill you can do where you hold a weighted ball and you're throwing backwards this way to train that negative movement. And then a lot of like stability action where they're pushing on your forearm here and you're trying to hold your stability both directions, and you're just training the shoulder cap here. From a hitting perspective, the D cell is very important, because swinging a baseball bat, a golf club, is being able to turn the body really fast and then stop it really fast. Because if you can turn really fast but you can't stop, it doesn't matter. You got to be able to control your core. I would say the part of the body that we trained more than anything was your core in your midsection, because that, like I said, that's the number one injury that happens for hitters, and it's also the most important, because you got to be able to turn that trunk fast to be able to swing the bat fast. If you try and swing a baseball bat, which is 2 pounds essentially, if you try and swing it all arms and all hands, you're not going to get the bat speed you want. Right? It all has to start through the midsection of your body.
Hey friends, we all know life is busy. You don't have the time to spend half the day at the dealership. McDaniel's now offers Yes to Go in under 60 minutes. You can even start online from home. When you arrive, your wheels are already in motion. Work your deal your way with paperless digital documents. It's full transparency right from the start with no pressure. A couple of signatures and go.
Yes, that easy.
The quick convenience of Yes to Go. It's more of the McDaniel's difference.
Yeah. And then what does it look like when somebody comes to see you guys for the first time? You talked about an assessment already. And I'm thinking my 12-year-old daughter is really into volleyball. I wanted her to be into golf. Probably got her into that too early, doesn't like it. But she is excited about the team side of it. She knows she needs to get better, but she's just really into like fun and team stuff.
Yeah. And, that's really cool, because most of our stuff is group training. So, she's 12. Mm-hmm. So, she would be assessed, and based off her assessment, she would be put into our base training to start off. And so, our 12-year-olds aren't training with 18-year-olds. Our stud athletes aren't training with new people in there. So that's why we do those tiers, because she's going to be in the gym on the turf with a coach on the turf, coach in the gym, working out with 3 to 4 people in the same segment as her, the same tier as her. So she'll be with people, training alongside people that she's comfortable with doing, with the same experience with as well. So, which, really helps with like confidence as well. Because if she's training with a 16-year-old soccer player who, is going D1 somewhere like that, that would just ruin her confidence, So we try to keep it within the same age group and within the same tier from the assessment.
Which actually is exactly what happened in golf. There was only 3 girls in her age group, and she played really well. Yeah. But the girl that won went to Augusta for the drive chip putt, so she was like birdieing holes from 300 yards out, and my daughter was like, "That took me 5. Like, I suck." And yeah, I guess there's just not that much. Yeah. Camaraderie in golf.
Right. And that's what, we love the group training aspect, because it's all about building those connections and that camaraderie with the people you're working alongside with, and with their coaches, encouraging, making sure you're doing everything with the right form, technique, making sure you're staying safe within the right level of weights. It's important to work alongside people, because it helps bring out the best in you. And that's what we're all about, is helping each athlete bring out the best in each other. We're there to help bring out the best in them as well. So, and not even just as an athlete, but as a person, a human being. We all hang up these cleats, shoes, whatever we're playing, we all hang them up eventually. And it's about who we develop into down the line as human beings. It's like one of our sayings is be a good athlete, but a better human being. Yeah. That's what we're all about. And, we just want to create a safe space where these athletes feel a sense of belonging. Like I said, like if they're a D1 recruit or someone who doesn't get much playing time, we're here to just build the best version of them, where they feel like come in and really feel comfortable with who they are being in there, and just like feel like they are a hustle athlete. They belong there.
Would you guys say you're still athletic? Like, is it, especially coming from the pros, like, was there a time where you're like, I still got it? Or do you still feel like, I got it?
I still feel pretty athletic. Yeah, I feel athletic.
I'm thinking it might be hitting me that I'm like shooting hoops with my son and I can't breathe.
That's an out of shape problem.
That's a cardio problem.
Maybe you should work on that.
So maybe I'm still athletic. I just got to get in shape.
Yeah,
all right.
I would like to say you're athletic. You just need to step up your cardio a little bit.
That makes me feel better because I didn't know if like it was abrupt for anybody where it's like there's time.
Well, I think I'm 36. You guys are
42.
Yeah,
he looks 50, but he's younger.
So I'm clearly not as athletic as I was when I was 18 and
right.
So you definitely feel that drop off. But even as an adult, you still want to train like an athlete, and that's what helps you stay like fit and agile and flexible. And at this point, at this point in my life, I'm just trying to feel pain free. It's like, that's exactly. And when I feel pain free, I feel really athletic. But that's not always the case, though. So it's just trying to work out and train in the smarter way, right. And just trying to focus on longevity at this point. But
work on cardio.
But so it's funny in hockey, we always say all roads lead to beer league because we'll be sitting there on a Wednesday night, and there's guys who play pro level hockey for 10 years, and then there's guys who are like 60 years old and never even got out of high school. But I think that's a good perspective to look at it and say like, hey, it's about development and confidence more than the actual outcome.
Yeah.
Is your guys' brain still sharp? Like you feel like you can get in the pocket? I don't know. Like sometimes my brain's going like, I can do this move, and it just doesn't. The body's not there.
Like getting the flow state? Yeah. I feel that way a lot. Yeah. So maybe you need to work on the mental side of things too, John. I'm gonna make a list.
It's just me. All right, I was hoping for a little camaraderie. I was hoping.
Well, I'm just sharing a little tough love, and that's all.
We have a saying. We always say, "Don't let the old man in," because it's tough as you get older to not let the old man in. But Tom's been just trying to let it in.
I like comfort. I like to get to a point where
you gotta break that.
I know. Well, then I'm getting hurt, my shoulders and shit. That's why I was wondering about shoulder stuff. Like, I never played baseball. I've never thrown balls, which is why it pisses me off. Like, both of my shoulders kill.
Yeah.
Throwing balls. Hustle Athletic Club.
Right.
So we talked a lot of sports performance.
Right.
Kids.
Yeah.
Tell me about adults. Is it going to be similar? Like, am I going in there doing some shuttle runs?
Verticals? We do feel like, as an adult, you want to train like an athlete, like in a smart way, like in an intelligent way, focusing on more velocity styles training. But the setup's a little different. We do have like a 20-yard turf strip, not a 45-yard, but we'll be able to do some speed and agility in there. A lot of that. It'll be a lot of group training focused on our slower hours. It'll be open gym concept as well.
Yeah.
We'll offer personal training, small group training. The locker rooms will be very luxury style. We'll have red light saunas, infrared red light saunas in each locker room, men and women's. We'll have ice vaults. So basically it's like a walk-in freezer basically that gives you the same benefit of a cold plunge, but you don't have to get wet. So you can just go in straight in after your workout and get that same benefit. And those will be in each women and men's locker room. We'll have a whole recovery room, just with like the nice massage chairs, headphones, just a very calming space that you can go into as well. We'll have a breakout room for like mat Pilates, yoga that have like the heaters in there for heated yoga and stuff like that. So, but same concept from community and culture and impact standpoint. Like, as adults, like there's a lot of people that feel alone more than ever. Like it's like the mental health in men and adults, it has become a problem, especially in the U.S. And it's a lot of people just need to find the right community for them. Whether it's somebody who just moved into town and not knowing anybody, or someone who's going through something very personal with them, with their life, and then you just find a really strong community. It's just doing hard work with good people. That's what we're all about, doing things alongside people to bring out the best in you. And that's what our coaches will be there for. That's what the people you work alongside with will be there for. So, we're working with Sorenex on all of our equipment. So it's going to be outfitted with the best equipment ever.
All black?
All black. Black turf.
Oh, black turf.
Black turf, white HUSTL logo on it. Black flooring with gray and white speckles in it, black racks, black everything. It's gonna be cool. So we're really excited. But that's like a full build out. We won't be ready for that till later this year. So this gives us time to really focus on sports performance opening right now. So
It just really bothers me when people don't work out.
I don't understand.
It makes zero sense to me. I just can't handle it.
The thing I hate the most is when people say they don't have the time.
Oh, come on.
You can make the time,
But the busiest people in the entire world make the time. People running multiple companies with tons of kids make the time.
Exactly.
And then some people are like, oh, I work 40 hours a week. I don't have time.
Yeah. It's about discipline, not motivation. Because you're not going to be motivated every day. But if you have the discipline to be in there every day, then, it'll start to feel like something that's part of your life. And I've had so many people that I've spoken to about that. And they were like, once I got past 2 weeks, it felt like I couldn't miss a session.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's where you got to get to. It's like watching Game of Thrones for the first 3 episodes. And once you get past that, it's awesome.
Really? I had a hard time watching Game of Thrones. I couldn't get past the first 2.
See, because you didn't watch third.
That's discipline. I wasn't committed.
You weren't disciplined enough, dude. But yeah, I just think, if you need to make it a priority, and it's not even to get stronger, get bigger, but it's just focusing on longevity. And as you become a parent, it becomes really, really important to just, hey, my goal right now is to be around as long as possible, keep myself as healthy as possible, putting the right things in my body, doing the right things in the gym, just staying as active as I can, and that's why being at sports performance right now is really motivating, and to stay disciplined because, right now we have some athletes training in there and it's like, damn, I remember I was 17, I remember I was 18, I remember that energy, so just seeing that, it's really cool to see, and definitely gets you to that point where you're like, man, I want to feel like that again.
And paying for it, I think, is part of the best part.
Yeah.
Like, I know that if you're paying for something, you're probably going to use it and you're probably going to do your best.
Right.
Versus, I'll do $9 a month and I'll drop in there whenever I want.
Yeah.
Nobody ever uses it.
Garage gym.
Yeah, a garage gym. It's like, oh, I bought all the stuff. Don't use it.
And then one thing I love hearing is like, you always hear it, choose your hard. It's hard to go to the gym, but it's also hard to go through a stroke or a heart attack, or, it's hard to get up at 5 a.m., but it's also hard being obese, it's just like choose your hard, and so they're both hard routes, but, what's going to be more successful at the end of it,
I like that. What cardio should I do, gentlemen?
Dude, you don't have
should I be jogging?
No, you could even get like a weighted vest and hit some
Just
like
walk
incline
around.
walks, or just like a weighted vest and
How long should I do that for?
like 2-3
I
miles.
do incline walks.
Incline walks, yeah.
Running's.
It's low impact on your knees, ankles, but you're still getting good results from it, and you got to implement it with the strength training. You can hit up
Like 20 minutes?
Dude,
30 minutes.
I really want to hit a. It's not really cardio, but I want to hit. Is it Legree Rivers? I want to hit a Legree. We need to go to level and hit a Legree.
I did it.
Let's
It
do
kicks
it.
my.
Really?
Dude, it's so hard.
All right, go with me.
I'll go.
All right.
Yeah, I've been doing
It looks really good.
next to me. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. So it's just like finding what makes sense to you, And I always tell people who are trying to get in shape right now, it's like, dude, just start with walks. Like, get your family and go on an evening walk after dinner, before dinner. It's like, there's some.
No, he's just got to go for. See, here's the problem. As soon as you say that, he's like, "Oh yeah, Travis told me to go for some blocks." No, he's got to work out 20 minutes every day, like something.
Yeah, you
Well,
got
my heart. So here's the thing. When I do any workout, my heart rate spikes. So I'm getting the cardio.
Hit some sprints, dude.
But I need something where I'm worried I'm gonna have like just a issue if I go jogging. Is that weird?
Well, you can start with just like increments, like walk for a minute, go on a fast jog for like 30 seconds, like implement it in like that.
I want to get on that black turf and just.
I'll meet you on the turf.
Will it be weird if I'm the guy in there doing sprints?
No, dude.
What if I'm screaming?
That's cool.
Sure.
Just bring that energy, bro.
Just getting the crowd going. All right. Do you guys like when parents watch? Like, is this important for the side of it?
This is a funny time.
We have a spot for the parents at Sports Performance to watch, but we do not want them breathing down the kids' necks.
Right.
We want the kids to feel safe. They're with their friends. They're with kids their own age doing their thing without worrying about, if dad approves of what he's doing.
Right.
We all see the things on social media of parents getting in fights at baseball tournaments and just specializing their kid at 7 years old and ranking kids at 7 years old. We don't want it. We want the kids to have space to get better and train and not worry about. But we also know that the parents are paying for this. We want them to be able to see the advantages and the growth in their children. So we're not locking them out of the building whatsoever. We want them to be able to watch just from a safe space and from a distance to where they know their kids get the work in, but they're not micromanaged.
Right. We want them to feel and see the experience that we're offering their athletes, but we want our athletes to have their full attention with our coaches. We want our coaches to be able to guide them and coach them without any distractions.
Yeah.
So that parents just have to trust us and our systems in place and our programming and our coaches. We gave them a nice set of uncomfortable bleachers to sit on if they want to watch. We want them to feel a part of it, but at the same time, we just need that access to their athletes to really help them develop.
Yeah. Show up maybe with a sign, but just don't say anything.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So Tom, you might get kicked out.
Send a passive-aggressive email after the lesson. I really so you guys seem like you're on the same page with everything, and since we've been business partners, people say to us like, oh man, that must be tough being business partners and decisions. But I'm curious about having 3 people in your founder trifecta.
Yeah.
What did it look like deciding to have 3 different people, and then how did you decide who does what and how things get split up and how you make decisions?
Yeah. This is a complex question. It has its advantages.
3 dudes, 1 business.
Yeah. It's, we're all very 3 different personalities. So that's worked out in our favor. It's kind of just, we're hitting, baseball is obviously Grayson. I don't know,
I mean, if I'm you, I would take it over, but
I've tried, you won't let me. But I think we all just share the same mission, and the mission is bigger than anything. And that's just giving these athletes the space and the experience and pouring love and our hearts into these kids, to showing them that this is a safe space for them. And I think the mission is it's bigger than all of us combined. When it comes to different, things that need to be done, it's just, we kind of just, divide them and conquer, really. It's been a learning experience. Absolutely. It's been a learning and growing experience, and we're trying to get leveled out to where we can really hit the ground running. But I feel like we're in a really good place right now. And, but shout out to our team, Rivers, Parker, Josie right now. They've really kept us in line and kept us driving forward, moving the business forward. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. So it is. I mean, without a good staff, it's not doable. We're lucky to have the people around us to help us, guide us, and manage us as well, as founders, to say, hey, this might not be the best decision, but here's why. So, and as an owner and founder, you just gotta listen to your people and trust them. So,
do you guys use your local celebrity status to Just recruit
Well, I don't have that, but Grayson
patty cakes and Grayson.
I don't have that.
Because you got to think, like, during your guys' time, the dudes that were watching you now have kids.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, you got to go see Grace catch a ball.
I don't know if it's necessarily that, but just I was born and raised in Columbia, so just
You got a lot,
a lot of people here I grew up with, like you said, are having kids now that may play sports or may play baseball, and hopefully, I got to play at South Carolina, I got to reach the highest level, so.
Dude, you're too humble. We gotta, dude. I gotta
crazy, bro.
Let me take over your name for a little bit.
I'll give you
Image.
I'll give you my login.
Dude, if you can, dude, you'd have like 50,000.
Oh, God, dude.
I don't do anything. But,
Yeah, we were 9,999
Oh, go ahead.
and 10,000.
And he barely posts any.
Pepper. Not my personality.
We gotta get that out there.
Dude, Grayson is the most humble human being ever.
Way too humble.
But it works because the parents love him.
Do they?
Love him. And they're like, oh my God, Grayson's here? Let's go.
We gotta get,
Dude, Grayson,
Change the subject.
Grayson, see.
Why are there so many moms and teachers today?
Grayson, he does individual lessons. And and once he posts it out there, it'll fill up in less than a minute. Literally.
what are we doing here?
Literally.
It's a good problem to have. I do love working with kids. I retired from playing in May of 2023 and started giving lessons. Probably given over 1,000 lessons to 150 different kids. So it's good and bad that it fills up so fast because I want to be able to work with as many kids in the community as possible. But sometimes I'm working with the same 7 or 8 kids every single week. So it's got its pros and cons, but I do. It's my biggest passion.
Or would you be into it though? Like if your team, like you and Pat, maybe throw on like old jerseys or like just show up at schools.
Some TikTok. Yeah, Tom wants to get you some TikTok.
I don't have TikTok.
Pat would definitely be into it.
Because I feel like we could just tour you guys around.
Like a circus.
All right, nice. So, I'm still stuck on this like fun in sports and that like parent side of it too, because in attitudes and. You guys have any recommendations on that to keep things fun? Because what I think happens is kids compare, like he was saying with his daughter or whatever. You're working out and you look over and you're like, this kid's younger than me and he's faster or whatever. And that I think is what's tough is like that deflating. What do I need to do? And do I want to put in that work? And how do I still have fun with this?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's basic human nature to want to do that. But it sounds cliche, but just trust the process and trust what your goals are. I always like to set personal goals and not external goals or worrying about what other people do. Say this year I want to gain 10 pounds. This year I want to bench press 225. Like personal goals that you yourself can attain. And it's like I said, it's human nature. You're going to see what Johnny's doing over there. You're going to see what Jimmy's doing over there. Worry about yourself. And it's a lot easier said than done. But there's a lot of books out there, a lot of podcasts you can listen to. Just your own personal journey to I love to read and try and better myself in any way. And there's a lot of people smarter and more experienced than we are that have provided that type of information to help you grow as an individual. So that's a very fine line and a tough thing to kind of get past is comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah. It's universal and especially with social media these days, like the comparison thing, you're just always comparing yourself to others. Young athletes looking at, this guy's getting recruited at this place, this guy got a scholarship at this place. So I'm sure it is tough. Like it's just a different world now than we ever lived.
Tom's always looking at Caller Daddy podcast.
Yeah.
We don't have nearly as many viewers as Caller Daddy.
It might be a reach. You don't show up the
we try to wear less clothes.
Well, you can compare yourself to like Pardon Take. How about that?
Yeah, buddy. All right, how about this? So, USC baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Are we happy with where it's at right now? Because when I moved here, this is 2010. I was like, "Holy shit, this is a baseball city."
Yeah,
And
it's been a rough couple of years. I do the broadcasting for all the home games on
do?
the SEC network. So I've been every home game essentially this year. It's just been a tough 2-year stretch, but
You got a good voice for broad.
thank you. Bad face, good voice.
Real bad face.
But yeah, I mean, you came in at the right time. 2010, 2011.
Yeah, I was like,
national
holy
champs.
shit, this is awesome.
We just gotta get back to that level. I don't know what it takes.
Yeah.
But it's been a tough stretch.
Been through several coaches and stuff too.
Yeah.
Who was your coach?
My freshman year was Coach Tanner.
Yeah.
And then after my freshman year, we played for the national championship and lost to Arizona. He took the athletic director job, and I played for Coach Holbrook for my next 2 years. Who I love both of them. Still stay in contact with both of them to this day, and they're both great coaches and great men.
Nice.
You guys both just do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
You're broadcasting as well.
I like to stay busy. It's fun.
What's something that people probably don't know about you? Do you have anything that you've been like, I've been wanting to tell people that, but no one's just giving me a platform?
Like what length swim trunk do you like?
I couldn't tell you.
Just not regular.
Whatever his wife buys.
I have an irrational fear of chewing ice. I can't chew ice.
Really?
Don't like
I'm with you.
I don't know what. I never have chewed ice. I'm terrified of it.
Yeah.
It's like if someone put it in your mouth, you just freak
Suck
out.
on it.
Or just other people chewing ice around me. My whole body starts to.
Noted.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah. I didn't know this is where I'd be sharing that.
Yep.
I hate it.
When you're teeing off on the one at a charity tournament with you, I'm just going to shank off the
I hate it.
Well, that's good. Trav, do you have anything, Travis? That was good. I wasn't expecting that. The 2 week ice thing.
To think on.
Yeah, let it when it comes to you, just let us.
I'm
know.
shooting burst out when it comes to you.
Yeah, it'll hit you like a ton of bricks. You'll be like, God, everyone needs to know this.
Do you guys have a good community's big, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a good community of guys making fun of you? Like you need a group that just makes fun of you guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Like internally or just in general?
Like on air, publicly, but then also, internally you need. Because I'm thinking that's like a good piece of the gym. You know, you need to be able to. That's a big part of development is to be able to be made fun.
Yeah. I mean, we all give each other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like Rivers, she'll give it to us. She's not easy on us.
Yeah.
You know? Josie, she'll call you out for sure. Wow, she's one of our trainers. She's pretty ruthless.
She seemed a 10. I think it was actually we met.
Yeah,
she's tall too.
She's tall.
And
great.
She was volleyball. Is she volleyball?
No, she was basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah, she's a stud. She's a stud.
I was like, I would listen to her.
Yeah,
if she told me to do something, I'm not.
Well, the first time I ever met her, so Claire, you know Claire?
Yeah,
that's her sister.
Oh no,
Claire. Yeah. So the first time I met them, I smoked them in pickleball. Who would have known she'd be working with us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's great.
She was very intense on the pickleball court.
I can imagine. Yeah, and probably the basketball court too.
So with your with your team, just coming from sports backgrounds, do you like when you guys are celebrating? Do you guys do butt taps or any thing like that, or is that is that inappropriate?
We love a good high five.
Yeah.
High five, any chest bumps?
We haven't done a chest bump yet. We probably should though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it came up the other day. We finished a meeting at one for our chiropractic business, and we had 20 people. One of the docs was walking by, and kind of faked it. And it got me thinking, would I have been okay? I think I would have been okay with it, but I don't know if I should be. It's kind of like a normal thing in sports, but anyways, I just wondered if you guys at HUSTL are doing any of that stuff.
I think that's a good transition question into our RV Gallup home design. So we've got Gallup Home Design, who is our sponsor, or Gallup Design Build, sorry, and we got RB here. We like to ask, do you feel more comfortable with somebody in a suit or somebody in the tank top?
Why do you hire for you? Was he in a vest?
The best, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Our Gallup built my house in 2020, so I know RB well, and freaked me out when I walked in here and saw a big
I was so pumped when I found out that he built your home.
Yeah.
And you said that you were really happy with
they
it.
did.
Everything turned out
They did a
great.
great job. And it was during COVID too, which is crazy.
Nice.
And they got everything done on time. They were great to work with.
How did you find out about him and make the decision that he was the guy you were going with?
He was the only person we met with.
Really?
To be honest.
You just knew
I kinda-
immediately? Energy.
Kind of an impulse person, and met with them, showed what they were going to do. I was like, let's go with it.
Yeah. That's how Tom, he's like that too. Yeah, he is now. His wife, he went out on one date and basically decided this is it.
Yeah.
So that's all right, cool. So we have a couple questions here.
Okay.
So just pull out a question, read it out, and then give us your best answer, and then we'll kind of talk about it. So, yeah, James.
I can't even know what some of those are.
Oh, these surprise questions. Kennedy put them in there.
Oh, what makes a house feel like a home to you? That's really
So heartwarming for you.
That's really tender.
You are a softie. This is a good one for you.
I am a little soft.
Yeah, mention your wife before you talk.
Dude, I was.
his features.
Dude, I actually wrote my wife makes our house feel like a home, man. Just the way she decorates it. There's always fresh flowers
Good
in
stuff,
there.
yeah.
Her plants are always on top of it. There's always. It's just very homey and comfortable. And just the love is there, and it's just I walk in and. And it's different when you have a kid, man. It's like runs into you, so it just feels like a home,
Yeah.
I definitely would say my wife makes my house feel like a home.
Boom. We're going to clip
I know
that
that's
for you.
That's a cliche answer, but it's the truth. Right?
Yeah.
Because it feels like I remember before she moved in with me at our old house, I had a pool table in the dining room. I had Panther and Yankee Stadium nice French pictures everywhere, just athlete stuff everywhere. And then she came in and everything was totally different. So the bachelor pad was sick though.
Just loaded with tuna.
Loaded with
chicken and bread.
just protein powder all over the place.
All right, you ready? Yep. Here we go.
I got. What's your dream outdoor living feature?
Wait, do you have
an outdoor
already?
Do you have an outdoor living feature currently?
I've got a good outdoor setup right now. Dream feature would be up putting greens.
Yeah.
I think
Have a
5-year plan.
But you gotta do it the right
A
way.
legit one,
Yeah.
where it's landscaped and legit. So that would be my pick.
Yeah, okay. And so would you mow it yourself?
The turf.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do a turf one?
Yeah, turf.
Dude, that would be incredible.
I have a friend in Canada who he made his own putting green,
way.
and he had all the special mowers and all the special chemicals. He did the whole thing, but it was too much work.
Yeah, I would take
He
the
gave up
easy way out,
afterwards.
for sure.
There, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Tell us more about what it was like with RB, because this is exciting to me.
It was interesting. So I was playing at the time. I don't even know where, Detroit, and my mom's a realtor. I grew up downtown. Our house was in Forest Acres area, and we were expecting our second child. This was a bigger house, and she found a piece of land out in Chapin on Lake Murray, and I bought it sight unseen. And then when I got back in the off season, me and my wife, we met with RB at their office out in Chapin, and he knew about the piece of property and showed us kind of what our options were, and then we went towards some of the houses they were currently building, and then kind of made our footprint, where we want the laundry room, where we want closets, all that stuff. I'm pretty low key. I'll let my wife pick just about all the finishes and everything when it comes to that, but it is a lot. I mean, you're making every single decision when you build a house. So they made the process super easy. I mean, kind of gave us a checklist of this is everything you need to decide. These are kind of the vendors we like to use. This is the bathroom finishes we recommend. They have a in-house interior designer that we met with that kind of helped us with that process. So it was a really good process, start to finish.
Awesome. Sweet. What's your wife like? Is she into fitness?
Yeah, she's a Pilates instructor.
Oh, she is?
At the workout in Lexington.
Really?
Yep.
Sweet.
She teaches.
Karis?
She teaches. Yeah, with Karis. She teaches Tuesday mornings, and we have 3 kids, so she stayed at home with them, which is the best thing ever. I mean, her gift to be with the kids all day, every day. So yeah, she's very into fitness, works out every day.
Nice.
So yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
We met through a friend. She's actually from Northern California. She went to Arizona State for 2 years and then transferred to Clemson. And I met her when she was at Clemson. Yeah. Started dating. College was that 2015. And we got married in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was it like? Was it like you were just chasing her?
Just sure.
And she was like, all right, fine, and fine.
We'll go with that.
Because I'm always interested in origin stories too, because you just never really like I think right now the world is pushing toward online dating, or they think everything goes to online dating.
Yeah.
And there's just so many profile things, but back in the day we didn't have that. You had to meet a person and then get to know the person.
Yeah. And I don't know if she knew what she signed up for, because I was playing at the time, and from the time we met, played 8 more years. So I mean, she was traveling all over the country.
Yeah.
Shit.
With a true long distance relationship. And then once we started having kids, that made it tough, because they would be 2 or 3 week stretches where I wouldn't see the kids at all, and then she'd come fly back home, fly back up to Detroit. So she signed up for a lot.
Did she know a lot about baseball, or was she kind of like,
Not really.
yeah,
No, not really.
didn't really make decisions, just like whatever?
It sounded like you two guys.
That's accurate. That's how my wife. When I met my wife, she didn't really know what hockey was, and she honestly thought that people were just slapping the puck around. It's like, you guys don't even know where it's going. What are you talking about? Like, we know exactly where
I've
it's
been to
going.
one hockey game in my life, and it was Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals in Tampa, and they won to go to the Stanley Cup, and it was sick.
Yeah,
I can't watch it on TV, though. I'm trying to get into it.
you got to know what the rules are. or
Yeah,
else
playoff
it just
hockey
happens
is
fast.
dope.
Yeah,
Playoff hockey's good.
there's been a lot of fighting and a
Yeah.
lot of big hits this year.
It's better than NBA playoffs. It's
Yeah,
Dude, the NBA kind of sucks.
it's brutal.
It's just like, it's lazy, it's old, it's like I'm just not into it.
I can't get into it either.
Do you guys watch any sport? Do you watch baseball?
Mount to it. At Carolina,
Yeah,
call the games.
live,
I follow the Tigers. I mean, I love football. I could watch football from 9 a.m. on Saturday till 11:30 p.m. on Monday when Monday Night Football's over. I could just sit there on my couch. I love football.
and what are you watching Bravo when you're not watching football?
Yeah, what's your reality shows that you're into?
Not really. Me and my wife watch a lot of TV shows together. We're watching The Pit right now. We're watching Homeland. We're watching
You're not into the reality stuff.
No, not really.
Yeah, those are like just normal shows to be watching.
Yeah.
I can't watch reality.
We watched Love the
so
Sun.
bad.
That one's
Oh,
entertaining.
we got one. We got one.
Tom perked up over there.
That show is wildly entertaining.
Yeah. What is that show?
I don't even know what the premise
You
is.
don't meet the person until you propose to them. Like, that's when you go face to
You
face.
talk to them through a wall, but you can't
Yeah.
see them
Like, they'd be in that room over there, and we would just be talking.
for 10 days.
So
So
it's-
then you have to propose. And then you
Like-
meet them.
Propose for marriage.
You fall in
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
And then they have a month to decide whether they actually want to get married or not.
That's wild.
It's a good, you gotta
Yeah.
watch it. It's pretty crazy.
It is.
Y'all need to like host one of those shows, like a local show. Like
That would be sweet.
I know, we've been talking about a dating show.
I have all these good ideas for you. You know,
Dude, there's no like eligible guys here. That's the problem.
Yeah. Where do you find single dudes that are normal? Sorry, listeners.
DM the podcast. A single guy.
Let us know.
It's a tough. I mean, yeah, because the age range for the 30 to 40-year-old women, where are they getting dudes? Like, Grayson, if you had to get a dude, where they're just
Hustle AC.
right.
Yeah,
That's
Hustle
what we tell
Athletic
them.
Club.
We do. We tell them the gist.
Plug.
Hustle Athletic.
All right, what are the services? I don't know if service is the right thing. What are you? What were people signing up for? So you got the membership class. Like, I guess
Yeah.
it's going to be different.
Right.
So talk maybe sports performance. What's
Yeah,
available
so
right
sports
now?
performance. You have the option to, if you're specifically baseball or softball, you can sign up for a baseball or softball membership only.
Nice.
If you're interested in baseball, softball, and gym, which Grayson is a huge advocate of that, then you can have a combo membership.
Yeah.
Say I'm a football player, a lacrosse player, soccer. You have the gym membership, which is focused on strength, conditioning, speed, agility, all that type of stuff. But I think what we're super proud of as a whole, as a membership, as a team, is the Players Lounge, which is it's around 3,000 square feet, has a basketball court, a half court basketball goal, has big couches, lounge chairs, ping pong table, foosball table, 2 bathrooms, some high chairs, and then 2 80-inch TVs with PlayStations. And it's just like, we talk about that camaraderie, that locker room feel that we all miss so much. And it's like, this space is only for the athletes. So whether say they have a session at 4 p.m., they can come after school at like 3 and just hang out in the players lounge and meet kids in the area. Whether you go to Flora, you're going to be hanging out with kids from Hammond, Heathwood, Ben Lippen, Cardinal Newman, Dreer. It's like, that's where we're building that camaraderie, that culture, that community that we're talking about. And even if you're done training, you have a space that you can come to afterwards. You can put on the Normatec boots, go sit in the players lounge, hang out, just be yourself, have fun, be a kid, play ping pong, play foosball, like play basketball. So we're really proud of that space. It's really cool walking everyone around and showing them the turf, the gym, the baseball, the technology, the bus. That players lounge is what's going to really separate us. And that's where we're going to host the Bible studies and the health and wellness seminars. And, we'd like to get the parents involved in that type of stuff, and having our PT talk about risk, injury risk. So stuff like that. We're really trying to build on holistic wellness, focus on nutrition and all that. So that space is really cool. So they have access.
That's
to
a
all
part
of
of
that.
that.
That's a part of that if they're a member. You were also partnered with the FCA. They'll be running our Bible studies, stuff like that too. So and we have showers, we have bathrooms. If an athlete wants to shower, say they're doing an early session, they got school after, they can do that too. So, it comes with a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool, and we're just focused on the person overall rather than just the athlete.
If they want an autograph photo of you, throw that in as a part of the membership.
Yeah,
for this little bonus gift.
Yeah, but they don't really want none. They want Grayson. Yeah, it's.
It'd be hilarious if it's just you. So. All right, then HUSTL. Have you guys thought out that? What would be is it again membership?
Yeah, so we're working through that. We'll probably have something called a lifestyle membership where you have access to all the recovery, the gym, that breakout room, obviously the locker rooms, and the heat and cold therapy. And then we'll probably have something like a recovery type membership where you maybe have access to a couple strength classes per month, and then you have access to the full recovery room. You have access to the locker rooms to use the ice vault and the saunas, and then access to the yoga at Matt Pilates, and then we want to get college kids in there too who aren't college athletes, but who just are looking for community stuff too. So we'll probably have a college membership too, and discounts for first responders, military, that kind of stuff. Sweet. And we'll probably work on something where if your kids are training at Sports Performance, you'll get some kind of discount at Athletic Club, nice. And vice versa. So we're still working on our packages at the Athletic Club, but it'll be somewhat structured like that.
Nice. I just have 2 more questions. One, actually both for Grayson. So you're 6'6".
Yep.
Well, you got to get deep in the squats. What on your body's hurt right now? Or that just feels like a lot of up and down. Long way to go.
Yeah, knees. Had, I think 4 surgeries on the
4 surgeries?
All small though. They were all meniscus.
Just wear and tear.
Yeah, just wearing. The first one was a bucket handle tear, which is the one where you can't walk. So that one hurt. The other 3 were just wear and tear, kind of cleanups. My wrist, all that issue. I had wrist surgery that never really got fixed. Had hamate bone surgery on this one.
When
my
you
back's
wake up,
starting to hurt really bad.
Yeah.
I'm 33. I guess I'm the young guy in the room, but my back's starting to hurt really bad. So everything hurts. So.
Yeah.
It's something different.
And then the last thing. So shower room's real important in hockey.
Okay.
What was it like? So for MLB, is that a big thing after games, or where everybody's getting in there, conga lines? Is it just a big room with 10 shower heads?
Yeah, y'all described it.
Yeah,
pretty much perfectly.
Good energy in there, in the baseballs, or
when you win, good energy. Yeah, we'll win. You asked earlier about celebrations, and it made me think we're not doing anything at HUSTL, but a cool thing we did was if a guy came up and got their first hit, their first win, their first home run, you would get into the laundry cart, those big laundry carts with very close to the shower, and they roll you into the showers. And everyone on the team would grab whatever they could from the kitchen and dump it in. So you would be covered in baby powder, mustard, Gatorade, hot sauce, mayonnaise. It was the nastiest thing ever.
Sounds awesome.
But it was a lot of fun, especially after a win, getting to celebrate like that. But it was gross when you're the guy receiving it. I don't think we'll do that.
Yeah, we can find something to try to do.
Yeah, that was always a lot of fun.
Tom, start thinking of ideas that we can do.
Yeah, for celebrations. I got you.
Yeah.
I'll deliver your shower facilities.
So, all right, my last question is about your merch. You guys' merch is always on point. People can come get it, right? And if is it going to be online or on your website or what?
Maybe eventually we'd like to have it on our website. But right now, if you come to the States, we still have a founding membership going up right now, and once we get open, that founding membership will be we'll be increasing our pricing and stuff. So founding members, they get a free shirt, they get all kinds of stuff. So but yeah, it's all available for purchase. I'm pretty big on merch.
Yeah.
Tom, you get it, dude. I mean, love merch.
Dude, you should have seen this guy had a Tiger Woods, a Sunday Red brand, dude. Full jumpsuit on. God, he looked good.
All about the merch.
So, and then if somebody wants to reach out, they want to become a member, what do they have to do? What's the best way?
The best way, you can visit our website. Our numbers on there, and then our GM Parker or our Director of Operations Rivers will handle that. You can DM us on social media. You can sign up for our newsletter. There's so many ways you can reach out to us and contact us. But just a simple phone call like the old days, you can do that. But we're very Rivers controls our socials. She's very active on that, and so. You DM us, email us, call us. We'll find a way to make it easy.
Do you think Rivers will be posting photos of like people working out too? Like, is that going to be a big thing?
We already have a big plan for that, Fred.
Okay.
We just can't really do that right now because we're not open and people aren't really training in there that much. But once we're open and ready to roll, we have a bunch of good content, and
you gotta get fitter to be a model there.
I started my cardio.
Hey, we're gonna be doing a photo shoot for the athletic club.
You gotta get the right angle. Months. Yeah, get the right angle.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Up.
Well, tell him he needs to be like a certain.
Okay, so
before that, and that'll motivate him.
By late August, you need to be in tip-top shape, or you won't be invited.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's good. You got to send him a photo on August 1st.
Randy, you too. You're
I might do it. Yeah,
which I know you stay in shape, so it's easy for you.
Yeah. Do I like tank top photos? Can I wear a tank top, or will it just be fully shirtless?
Like the straight one.
We'll go through a couple wardrobes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I gotta get 6'6" Grayson in there too.
Yeah. Nice. I want to get a couple photos with Grayson. I got some ideas.
Oh, this has been fun. Thank you guys so much for being on here. Everybody go check them out.
Appreciate it.
We're here for the health of it.
For the health of it.
Just a quick note, this podcast is for informational purposes only. We're not meant to replace your doctors, and nothing here should be taken as medical advice. Always check with a qualified professional before making decisions about your health. The views and opinions expressed by our guests or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of this podcast. Reliance on any information provided is solely at your own risk.